After breaking the odd pinion and arm motor, I decided to try to make this a little more robust to the way that I drive my skiddy. Now sometimes when you lower it, you may hear that clicking. And usually that means I've broken a pinion here, even though I print them out of PETG. One of my mods was to take that large arm gear and to remove a couple of the teeth. And the advantage of that is the pinion will just sort of idle once it gets to a low position, and you'll hear it click, but it won't cause any damage. This is my large motor. You see I've removed 2 teeth. Because the front is square, it's easy to registrate that fairly consistently on the arm motor. But if your model is slightly different than mine, you may have different teeth that you need to move. But basically, as you're lowering it, you can see that I'm going in the small pinion counterclockwise, and it'll just sort of rotate there in that flat section. But if I try to raise it, I engage the gears and everything raises. Now, some time ago, I'd also made a little change to the bucket. I had put rounded ends on the extremities of the bucket. And what you'll see is that prevents the teeth from going underneath. If the teeth go underneath and you try to lift it and that's a hard surface, you can again strain your motor, perhaps stall it and break some teeth. You could also, if you find your PETG is getting chewed up, use a metal pinion, and you can buy this on AliExpress. It comes with a grub screw. It's 10 teeth and almost exactly the same physical dimensions, and I have one I've been using for some time, and it's pretty hardy. Now I only use 2 gears to lift the arm, and so I use a high torque motor. And the motor I've used is an N20, but it's got a 12mm brass gear section, which is a little longer than the normal gear section. Typically they're only about 9 millimeters, and they don't have as much torque. But those 12mm ones that go 12 volt, about 30 RPMs or 20 RPMs, have 2 to 3 times the torque of the smaller geared sections. You can only get these at some AliExpress stores. Sometimes when I order them, they send me the 9mm gear section, and really what they're doing is just giving me a weaker motor section, and that doesn't work very well for the arm section. So these are some of the improvements. You may wish to try some of these. The STLs will be on the printable site for the tracker skid steer.